Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.
What is air? Air is a mixture of gases. It mainly contains the nitrogen, the oxygen, carbon dioxide, noble gases, water vapor, dust, and other particles. Well, what are the evidences that we have that air is actually a mixture and not a compound? How do we identify a mixture from a compound? That's the first question you should ask yourself. The components of air can actually be separated via a physical medium, that is, via a physical process. Of course, if we liquefy air, we can actually separate the air components. The nitrogen will come out at a different temperature from the oxygen and from a different temperature from the carbon dioxide. So they can actually be separated. The constituents of air do not interact, they do not react with one another. In other words, whenever they are mixed together, no matter whatever proportions you put them together, they do not form a new substance. No new substance is formed in the process of putting them together. The components of air also maintain their individual properties. Oxygen, of course, does its burning of things. Carbon dioxide can be extracted for consumption by by plants for the production of food and things like that. And air does not have a definite chemical formula. It simply is an embedment of a couple of formulas put together. Now, we're talking about atmospheric oxygen. Oxygen is 21% of the total air is oxygen. It is the most reactive constituent of air, and even though it is that small, it is the component of air that actually supports burning. It's the component in air that makes things to burn. It's component in air also that supports the corrosion of items. If you take note, both burning and corrosion processes, both of them are actually processes of oxidation. And also, oxygen is required to sustain life. Animals and living things breathe oxygen. Atmospheric carbon dioxide. Yeah, carbon dioxide, of course, carbon dioxide is a exit product of respiration of living things, and it is also required for plants to actually produce their own food. Atmospheric nitrogen and noble gases. Nitrogen is actually the largest of the air constituents. It contains, it occupies about 7% of total air per volume, but it actually does nothing. Basically, what nitrogen does, it mixes, it dissolves the oxygen, so that the rate of burning will be reduced, and at the same time, the rate of corrosion is also being suppressed because of the presence of nitrogen. And also, noble gases occupying about 1% of the entire atmospheric air. They are characterized, of course, by their inert nature. They do not react, they do nothing. But noble gases are very, very important when it comes to working. The argon gas has actually been most abundant in our atmosphere. The argon gas actually prevents the oxidation of lamp filaments, and the krypton and xenon gas are also used in the making of photographers' flashlights. And radon is also used. It's radioactive and it's used in hospitals for treating cancers. Helium can be heated. It is small, it is light, it can be used to float balloons and things like that.
Fusion Mobile, quality e-learning experience on the go.